Hi, welcome to Swim Focus. We're going to do a pull timing video here. And the idea for pull timing here isn't so much about how the pull is timed with the rest of your body. You can go to coordination there if you want a little bit more on that. What we're going to talk about here is how your pulling tempo changes. So each individual pull has a tempo to it. If we think about the acceleration or the different components of the pull, let's draw this out here. So we have the catch. Ooh, this is going to be challenging. There's the catch. We have the power phase. And we have the finish. Okay, so let's assume that, we have 2 seconds to do an arm pull. Let's just make a random number up here. We could assume a stroke rate and figure that out, but let's just go with 2 seconds. So let's go 2 seconds total. Okay, so we could do it all the same. So 2 divided by 3, we're looking at 6.6. So we are 0.66, sorry. All right, so that's one way that we could do it. So underwater then, we would assume that our hand is moving at roughly the same velocity all the way through, right? Considering that each component is roughly the same distance. We can also think of it here maybe again at 2, but the catch is going to take 0.8 of a second. The power phase is going to be taking 0.6 of a second. And then the finish is going to be taking 0.6 of a second. We could look at something like that, right? Again, we could go 2, and what if we take a full second on the catch, 0.6, let's go 0.7 on the power phase, and then 0.3 on the finish. So let's talk about what happens to each one of these different areas here. So if we assume that they're all the same length, let's just make that assumption. So the catch is going to be 1/3 of the time. So our catch is going to be that same velocity all the way through. Now the power phase is going to be the same velocity all the way through. Now the finish is going to be the same velocity all the way through. Does that make sense? Are you going to be able to generate the most force having a consistent velocity on your pull phase? The answer is no. If you have a consistent velocity on the pull phase, we're not going to be able to generate that same force. Force is equal to ma squared, right? So mass equals acceleration. We want to be accelerating that water back. We don't want to have our body moving at the same tempo, our hand moving at the same tempo. It's just not going to generate nearly as much force. Next part here, we start to have a little bit of difference. So we have the catch at 0.8 here. That's going to allow us to take a little bit more time to set ourselves up. Then we get the power phase, and we're going to start to accelerate into the power phase. But then the finish is the same speed as the power phase. Does that make sense? We're not going to be pulling nearly as much water in the finish phase because it's tricep only. We have a much less size of surface area at that point. We just compare on this this next one here. Let's pause here. Power phase, we have this huge surface area we're pulling with, right? And then as we go through the power phase, here's our finish. We're pulling with a very, very limited surface area. So we're pulling much less water. So it's going to take much less time, right? So if we had these two at the same points, you may be having a good power phase, but you'll be having a terrible finish. It'd be very, very slow. You're not getting any force out of it. So now if we look at this one, and this is kind of where we want to get to, is that you're going to take some time in the catch. You're going to develop some feel, going to grab that water. You're going to be accelerating that water through the power phase. And the finish, it's a quick finish to get out of the water, get back into the next catch, right? And that's what it should be. So that's what we're looking for out of the pull timing. We want to have something where we see, take your time to catch, and you're going to accelerate that hand through the finish. And if you just think about acceleration, your finish is going to take much less time than the power phase because you're always going to be trying to speed up that hand through the pull, right? So slow, 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 fast, 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 finish, right? And you want to be going like that every single time. So a drill that I like to do is just called catch and excel. So it's catch, excel, catch, excel, catch, excel, all the way through. It's a really fun drill, but that's what pull timing is. If you have any questions, drop me a line at mike@swimfocus.com, and we'd be happy to answer any questions you have and watch some of your videos and go through how we can think that you can help you improve yourself in swimming. Okay, thanks so much.